Hello and welcome to another CAD Swift video. In this episode we're going to be introducing a new level of agility to the volume builder sector of the construction industry. This is quite exciting, so stay tuned. A volume builder is a design and construction company that has a series of home designs to choose from. A typical design range may have as many as 30 different home designs. Each design also has a series of different options for facades, room layouts and fixtures. There is of course also the dreaded mirror version, which should be easy to create but isn't. This results in hundreds of ArchiCAD project files that are very similar but still individual design files. These files are full of components representing the geometry, specification and estimation data of products from the company's suppliers. Now imagine these components need to change due to the product being discontinued by the supplier or an internal decision from the design team. Simply the process of opening and closing all these ArchiCAD files would be weeks worth of work, let alone changing the modified components within. Surely the person set this task will develop RSI and probably need counselling. However, what if you could change the components without opening the ArchiCAD file? In fact, what if you could update all the components in all the files simply by updating one master file? This is actually possible, but only with the CAD Swift Infinite library. Let me show you how it's done. Here we have 4 ArchiCAD project files. We have a template file, and we have projects 1, 2, and project 3. The example we're going to demonstrate today is the vanity unit. However, we do have this function in most of our ArchiCAD libraries, including our windows and doors where we started this function, and also our roof edging tool, which covers gutters, fascia, downpipes and the soffit. We have assembled this unit with our infinite joinery tool so that we can access the component catalogues function, which is the means by which we can enable remote update. Our catalogue function locks the placed element to a geometric and metadata description that is stored outside of ArchiCAD. Multiple ArchiCAD projects can be set to read the same catalogue, hence you can alter these files simultaneously simply by editing the data that they are reading. Okay, enough of the easy to fake graphics, let's see it happen. In our joinery catalogue we have set up 3 vanity units ranging from basic to luxury. We have also set up 2 vanity units based on the room types. In our projects, we have placed the room type vanity units. We are also using a similar logic with the basins. At the moment, both the room type vanity units are replicas of our basic unit. However, we can very quickly change this simply by selecting one of our other units. Let's say we want to move from basic to the semi-luxury version. So we select that. And as you can see, that's a completely different configuration. Well, not completely, but fairly different. And now all we need to do is unlock that and then store this as one of our room type units. So I want to add this semi-lux to the ensuite. So I'm going to override the ensuite vanity unit with this design simply by selecting the correct name, ensuring I have actually named it exactly the same. Yes, no, I need to put project here. So now when I hit an upload, this unit will override the current project ensuite unit. Upload. To refresh that data in the object, I hit the download and then I can lock that or select it. It's the same. Selecting from the list is the same as hitting the lock button. Okay, so now my project ensuite vanity unit is different to my project bath vanity unit. Now, this is where we can see the magic happen. If I have a look at my projects, all I need to do to bring this updated information in is select my elements. I can select all joinery units at once, so I don't have to be specific about what I'm trying to achieve. Open their settings and hit the download button. This refreshes the data within the placed object. Click OK. So now you can see with that one quick move, our bathroom vanity unit stayed as it's supposed to, and we automatically updated our ensuite vanity unit. We can now do exactly the same with the basins. Currently, in the basin object, we are using our generic ellipse basin, and we have applied that to both the project bath and the project ensuite basin. Let's say we now want to change our ensuite basin to the generic square semi-recessed or one of these others. Let's choose this Moon AC basin. All I need to do is select the Moon AC basin, expand this UI a little bit. So now we have the Moon AC applied. Set this back to custom and save this as project ensuite, not underscore. It's not underscore, so make sure we're using the right name, project ensuite. Okay, now we simply store this. This interface is one of the earlier instances of our catalogues. We will be updating this to match infinite joinery and infinite openings, which are identical. So instead of hitting an upload cloud, we have this large store button. So hit store, download that to make sure we've got the right settings. Now let's go check. We have our project bath, which was our generic ellipse, and we have our project ensuite, which is even still using the image of the moon, so that's quite nice too. The Moon AC. Okay, so now that we have changed the data description of our basins, we can now see this take effect in the project. So let's go to this same project, select all our basins, open their settings, and simply refresh the data. You can see that's actually already refreshed there. Click OK. And now when we zoom in, we still have our ellipse basin here, and here we have the two moon basins. As you can see, there's some line work due to the resolution. If you want to do more realistic renders of this, then you can simply bump up that resolution, which is a model view option control, obviously, because it needs to be intelligent. So let's just try a 72 and see how that goes. Okay, and you can bump that up even higher to get it really refined. So if you need to do photorealistic renders, then you basically just go to that model view option and bump that resolution up for the photorealistic renders. Okay, let's just go and apply these changes to these other two projects. So the process is quite simple. Select our joinery units, download the latest, select our vanity units, download the latest, and same in the third project. So technically we do have to open the project files to force the background data into the model. However, the process requires no knowledge of the changes and simply a single click of the mouse button to refresh the data. Therefore, this process can simply be added to the project establishment phase. You do not need to update the hundreds of default ArchiCAD project files. We believe the intelligence and the efficiency of this process is plain to see. Without this unique ability in our infinite libraries, you basically are stuck with the typical options. You can open hundreds of ArchiCAD files and manually remodel each element that has to be updated, or you can do what is commonly done and avoid this process and try to manage the on-site errors from inaccurate documentation, or you can avoid change like the plague. So you don't have to open files and deal with inaccurate documentation and just stay in the past with an outdated product. However, in each of those three options, there are big sacrifices. With the component catalogues in the Infinite library, there are no sacrifices. Instead, there is an opportunity to be agile in your decision making from the products that you use on site and the way you quality control your outputs. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode and this completely new ability that we're introducing, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you.